You know I had to do it at least just once. So welcome to Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry's extension. So welcome to Unit 2. We've done Unit 1. Unit 1 is over. You guys did your test last week. Tests are graded. They're in an Infinite Campus. Some of you did amazing. Some of you not so hot. So this is a fresh start. This is your chance. As you could tell from our study guide and the test, everything worked together. So if you weren't able to keep it up or do it together, or for some reason weren't able to do well on the test, that study guide and my lessons are what you need to start paying attention to. I can tell those people that did not do my lessons all the way through. I can also tell those people that didn't come to my Zooms, that didn't ask questions, and that didn't do their study guide like I asked them to. So the way I can tell is because you didn't do so hot on your test. So make sure that you are showing great effort. It is a new start. It's a new beginning. Let's get this going, okay, guys? So today I decided to have a little bit of fun coming in from Hogwarts with my little Gryffindor. Technically, I'm a Ravenclaw, but I liked this my little hoodie here. I also have my sorting hat back here, so my little sorting hat is going to help me a little bit today. So my sorting hat and I are going to work a little bit through these problems. So just a little bit of fun, trying to be silly. Here's my challenge for you. On this Friday, during my question and answer Zoom, if you come to my Zooms on this Friday, then you can dress up like Harry Potter figures or characters or whoever you may want to dress up as. Something Harry Potter, because I'm a Harry Potter fan. Then it'll just be a little bit of fun, and then we'll have a little fun game. I promise. Okay? Now it's time for that lesson. All right, so I'm going to make this a little smaller so you can see me and my camera. All right, so today we're going to start with our math message. The math message is talking about the value of a number. So when it says the value of a number, that doesn't mean what place is it in. I know I said this during one of my videos before, but I want to make sure that you hear me. It doesn't mean what place is it in. It means how much is it worth. The word value means how much is it worth. So if I have a $2 bill, that's worth $2. If I have two tens, that is worth 20. What is the value? So going here, what is the value of this 2? It's in my hundreds place. So it's worth basically 200. This is in my thousands place. And this is in my 10,000s place. One way to really work on this value is to really look at all the numbers to the right. Basically, you look at the number you're looking at that they tell you to find, and then all the digits to the right turn to 0. It's not rounding. It's not the same thing. You're just finding what is that number worth. Okay? All right, find the value of the 6 in the following numbers. So I want you to pause and do these on your own. Come back when you're done. All right, you should have paused. If you didn't pause, that's a problem. Make sure that you have your workbook and you're working along with me. Okay? All right, let's go through this question. The value of the 6 in 65,000 is going to be 60,000. 6,000, 600, 60, and 6. All right, the reason why I went through that so fast is because I wanted you to pause and try it. All right, here we go. Please write these numbers in expanded form. So before we do anything, let's talk about expanded form. When you think of the word expanded, it means to get bigger, right? So expanded form means we're going to write this number bigger. Now, there are 3 ways to do expanded form. 3. Technically, there's probably more. So I'm going to show you 3 different ways. Doesn't mean you have to necessarily like all 3 ways. You get to pick the one that works easiest for you. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking this number, 2,387,926, and I'm going to show you all three ways. I'm actually going to do it on a whiteboard because I want to show you the three ways, and I don't quite have room on my paper. Okay, give me just a second. All right, so I have my whiteboard, and I decided to go ahead and just write the original number down for you. So again, 2,387,926. So I'm going to show you the easiest way for me. The easiest way for me is to literally go one digit at a time. And I'm going to show you. I do things a little bit backwards because it makes it easier that way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my 6. I know that my 6 is worth 6. If I already used it, that turns into a 0, and I'm going to move over 1. 2, well, what number does that say? It says 20. Plus, that now turns to a 0. 9, oh, what number does that say? Plus, that digit turns into a 0. Now what number do I have? 7,000 plus that digit turns to a 0. Now what number do I have? 80,000. That turns to a 0. 300,000. That turns to a 0. 2 million. And then I am done. I went through that really quickly. The reason why I do it this way is because it is easy for me to show which numbers I did. Because as soon as I use that number, I put a 0 in its place. Okay, this is a trick way to do it, but it will make sure you are right every time. Because literally all you do is you write the number that you see one digit at a time. Super easy way to write expanded form. So when you are looking at expanded form, this is one way to do it. It doesn't matter what order these are in. Most of the time, the book or a test or something that we do is going to put it in the opposite order. They're going to put largest number first, and they're going to go all the way to the smallest number, which is fine. It doesn't matter the order. But this is an easy way to make sure that you have every number. So this is option 1. Option 1 is basically a series of addition problems with the value of each number. Option 2. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewrite my original number, 2,387,926. All right. Option 2. Option 2 is going to be as multiplication problems. So I'm going to look at each number and where it stands. So I'm going to look at my 2, and I know that it's in the hundredths column. I'm sorry, in the millions column. So I'm going to do 2 times 1 million plus. My 3 is in the hundred thousands column. 3 times 100,000 plus. My 8 is in the 10,000s. 8 times 10,000 plus. My 7's in the thousands column. 7 times 1,000 plus. My 9 is in the 900th column, or in the hundreds column, so 9 times 100 plus 2 times 10, because it's in the tenths column, plus 6 times 1, because it's in the ones column. So when you do this, you're multiplying it by the place value that it's in. So this way is a little easier if you know your place value. So if you know that this is the ones column, I'm going to multiply by 1. This is my tens. I'm going to multiply by 10. Hundreds, multiply by 100. Thousands, multiply by 1,000. If you know that, then you can use that absolutely to help you. Great. That is another option for you. So option 2 is multiplying by place value. Multiplying by place value. Now, technically, there is a third way. I am not going to show you the third way yet because we will learn it later on in this unit when we're working on powers of 10. For now, those are the two ways that we're going to be using. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do number A in the first option and B, I'm going to do it in the second option. So for number A, I'm going to do it my backwards way because that's easier for my brain and it's easier for me to think. Okay, so I'm going to write my 6. I'm going to put my plus sign and my 6 turns to a 0. What number do I have next? 20. Put my plus sign, my 2 turns to a 0. What number do I have? 900. Plus sign, my 9 turns to a 0. 7,000. Plus sign, 7 turns to a 0. 80,000. Plus sign, 8 turns to a 0. 300,000. Plus sign, that 3 turns to a 0. And now my answer is 2 million. That's how I know to do that problem. Now I'm going to use green and I'm going to do the second way. Here we go. 92,409,224. So I know that this is in the 10 millionths place. So I'm going to do 9 times 10 million. Make sure that you put that in parentheses. My 2 is in the millions place. 2 times 1 million. Again, make sure it's in parentheses. 4 is in the hundreds, thousands place. So 4 times 100,000. 0, I don't have to do. I do that number just as a place value for me, just as a placeholder. So 0, that should be a plus sign, times 10,000. So I know that I did that number. It's easier for me to do it that way. 9 times 1,000 plus 2 times 100 plus 2 times 10 plus 4 times 1. Now, this is a lot. I want you to take a minute. I want you to stop for just a second. And I want you to think about what we just did. I want you to check over your answers. And I want you to try a number on your own. I'm going to give you an answer, and this is going to be your response for the day today. This is your exit ticket. Your exit ticket will be to answer this question, and it will be on your slide. I don't care which way you write it. If it's easier for you to write this way, great. If it's easier for you to write this way, great. Pick which way. I don't care. But your exit ticket for the day, you need to tell me the expanded form for 6,218,465. This is your credit for the day. This is your points. I am not going to grade math boxes. We're going to do them together today, but I'm not going to grade them. I am going to have you enter them because I want to make sure that you're really entering them and practicing doing that. But this is the question that is your answer today. This is what's worth the points. Okay? So pause if you need to. Write this down. Do it on a separate piece of paper so you have it. All right, you should have paused. I hope you have that written down. Again, that's going to be your question for the day. Here we go. Write these numbers in standard notation. So for me, when I see a problem like this, I like to figure out how many place value spots do I have. The reason why is because sometimes, like I did my 0, sometimes they don't. So sometimes it's easier just to have your place value spots there. So I know that my biggest place value is 100,000 and my littlest is ones. So 100,000, 10,000, 1,000, hundreds, tens, ones. So 4 in my 100,000 spots, 5 in my 10,000 spots, 0 in my thousands, 3 in my hundreds, 6 in my tens, 2 in my ones, and I'm going to put my comma. That is the way you do this. All right, here we go. Same thing with this one. I can see that I have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s. I have something for every one. So 9, 3, 4, 9, 1. I want you to try number C on your own. Pause the video. Try number C. Okay, you should have tried number C. So 3 10,000s, 2 thousands, 5 hundreds, 7 tens, 9 ones. Pretend that isn't there because I put a comma in the wrong place. All right, how does expanded form help you see the patterns in the place value system? What patterns do you notice? I notice that depending on where you put it in the system, you put zeros to the right, and that's how many zeros you have, kind of, right? I also notice that when you multiply by the place value that it's in, it gives you the actual value, right? So there are a couple patterns that you can see with this. I want you to find a pattern of your own. I'm going to write down mine, but I want you to write down yours. Go ahead and pause. All right, what I'm going to write is the place value or location of a number shows you how much it is worth, or the value of the number. So this goes back to the first one where we did that 2, how much it was worth in each of those places. That goes back to that statement. Okay, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about place value in general. So one of the things that you need to think about with place value, and I think it might be a little bit on the next page, is what's going to happen when you are using a place value chart. So I'm going to use just my little piece of paper here, and I'm going to show you a couple of things with this, okay? So if this is my place value chart, and I have, so this is my ones, this is my tens, this is my hundreds, this is my thousands, this is my 10,000s, 100,000s. So this is my place value, right? And we've done these before. You've done place values since you were in like kindergarten and first grade. Okay. And this is my millions. So if I write the number 624, how much is this 6 worth? 600. Now if I write 6,240, now what is my 6 worth? All right, so the trick is if my number goes over this way, you're going to multiply by 10. So if my digit moves to the left, I'm going to multiply by 10. Now, if my digit moves to the right, so from 6,000 to 600, I'm going to divide by 10. That's how this works. Now, if I move 2 spaces, think about moving 2 spaces. Each time That's times 10, times 10, times 10. So if I wanted to write more numbers, I could. So this is just a little hint that you can use. So if you go to the left, you're actually dividing by 10. If you go to the right, you're multiplying by 10. So keep that in mind. That's going to be something that's going to help you on this next page. Okay? Math Journal, page 38. Math Journal, page 38. And I know you can kind of see my marker through the paper. The marker is the easiest way for you to be able to see what I'm writing. So I'm going to continue to use it. Hopefully it doesn't bleed through as bad as I think it will. So we need to find the value of the 4 in each number. So what is the value of my 4 in each of these numbers? I want you to go ahead and pause because we've done these and then come back and tell me what you got. By the way, this will be on your math boxes. On your slides, these specific questions, and I want to see what you got for your answers. If I'm going to tell you the answer, you should have them perfect, by the way. All right, so my 4 here is worth 40,000. My 4 here is worth 4 million. Remember, everything to the right turns to 0. My 4 here is worth 400,000. It is worth 4,440. I hope you had those correct. All right. Write the value of the identified digit, then fill in the blank with 10 times or 1/10. 1/10 basically means divided by 10. Okay? 1/10 is divided by 10. So 7 in 732 is what? 700. The 7 in 7,328 is worth 7,000. Now, did my digit go to the right and divide, or did it go to the left and get multiplied? My 7 went from this column to this column. So that means it is 10 times the value. It is 10 times as much. It went from hundreds to thousands, 10 times as much. The value of 4 is 40, and then it's 4. Ooh, it went from 10s to 1s this time. What do you think? It is 1/10 of the value. It was divided by a 10. 40 divided by 10 is 4. C, what is the value of the 2? All right, we have 220. Ooh, how did I get from 200 to 20? Did I multiply by 10? 200 times 10 equals 20? Or 200 divided by 10 equals 20? You should have said 1/10 of. What is the value of the 1? All right, my 1 here is worth 100. And my 1 here is worth 1,000. All right, how did I get from 100 to 1,000? 100 times 10 equals 1,000. 100 divided by 10 equals 1,000. Should have said times 10. 10 times the number. All right, write a number where the 5 is worth 500. I don't care what number you write. You just can't write the number 500. So if I want to write 532, great. If you want to make it challenging, 3,532, great. No matter what you write, your 5 has to be in that hundreds column in order to be worth 500. Now, I'm going to use the 532. This is the one I'm going to use on this problem. Write a number where the 5 is worth 10 times as much as the number that you wrote in part A. So if my 500, it's worth 500 here, 10 times as much means now my 5 is worth 5,000. So my new number is going to be 5,637. You can use any number. How did the position change from your number in part B? My 5 moved to the left 1 column, or 1 place value. I would take either of those. I would take either of those. We're going to do one more sample for you. Here we go. Write a number where the 3 is worth 30,000. Ooh, 3 is worth 30,000 and 2 is worth 20. Okay, so I'm going to do my place value here because I know that's going to help me. So my 2 has to be worth 20. My 3 has to be worth 30,000. Okay? The rest of the numbers, it doesn't matter. As long as my 3 and my 2 are right here, that's all that matters. Okay? Now write a number where the 3 is worth 1/10 as much. Remember, that's the same thing as divided by 10. That means I'm going to move to the right. And the 2 is worth 10 times as much. That means I'm going to move the 2 1 digit to the left. So again, 5 digits. My 2 was here, and I need to move it to the left, so now it needs to be here. My 3 was here, and I got to move it to the right, so now it has to be here. 6, 1, 8. How did the position of the 3 change in your part B? The 3 moved to the right 1 space. Space, column, place value, I don't care which word you use. They all mean the same. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break. What's going to happen? I want you to stand up and stretch. We're going to do 2 more pages. We're going to get through this today. I know it's a long video, and I am so sorry, but I want to make sure we can go through it today. I am not going to do this page all the way with you. I am going to make sure that you know what your base and height are, make sure you know the values, and then you're going to do the math. And then we are going to do math boxes together today. All right, take a couple minute break, pause the video, come back when you're done. All right, I took a little bit of a break. I hope that you guys did too. Let's get going. All right, on this one, my base, I'm going to use the back side of my, the whole back side is my base because I know that it's full. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So my base is 18. And my height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to multiply it. 18 times 6. All right. This one we're going to do length, width, and height. So my length, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. My width, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my height, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, you're going to multiply and you're going to find those answers. It will have a box in there for each of these. So you will need to put those answers in the Google Slides. I'm helping you with the other parts. All right, here we go. This one's going to be easy. My length is 3. My width is 3. My height is 1. You also could very well just count the boxes on this one, guys. Super duper easy. This one, we're going to do base. So if I'm looking at my base, if I were to fill in the bottom, it would be 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be 15 pieces. The way I figure that out is because base is literally length times width. So 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Length times width. Just do that. That's okay. My height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 15 times 5. So your job, again, I'm going to have this page on your screen and you need to fill in these 8 boxes. That's it. Super easy. I gave you the numbers to multiply. All right, last little bit. The reason why I'm doing math boxes with you today is because I want to go through and show you what I expect on a couple of the things. So number one, find the area of the rectangle, write a number sentence. So I know to find area, it is length times width. We did this on our quiz, on our test. So I'm going to do 3 times 1 1/4 equals. That is my number sentence. Do I know the answer yet? Nope. Now I have to do the math. So 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. I'm better adding with these because I know I can and I don't have my pictures drawn. 1 2 3, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So my area is 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Now, this was confusing some of you on the test. When you're finding area and it is flat, like a square, your answer is squared. When it's big like a cube, your answer is cubed. That was a mistake that a lot of people made. All right, number 2, this is going to be done by you. We already did a few of these today's lesson, so that is going to be also part of your exit ticket, your answer for today. 6 feet equals how many inches? So I know 1 foot is 12 inches. So 6 times 12, carry my 1, 6, 7, 72 inches. All right. I know that 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So 4,000 pounds equals 2 tons. All right. 1/2 pound equals how many ounces? So if I look here at my book, it says 1 pound is 16 ounces. So a 1/2 pound is 8 ounces. And finally, 9 yards equals how many feet? I know 3 feet are in 1 yard. So 3 times 9 is 27. Again, super easy to get perfect scores on this question, on this page, guys. Volume in units, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3. I know 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. How did you find the area of the rectangle in problem 1? I multiplied length times width. Done. Done. All right, your job today. First of all, I want to say thank you. I know this is a long lesson. I know many of you guys haven't had a chance to really do a lot of the stuff with math today. That was super long lesson, and that's okay. But try your best. Ask if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.